Hello everyone, my name is Savita Gurumurthy. As you all know, the Navratri festival is coming up. Today through this video, I want to share with you the significance of Navratri and why we celebrate it. So Nav means 9 and Ratri means night. So Navratri is a festival of 9 nights that honors Devi or Shakti, the source of all creation and the energy of this universe. There are several legends associated with Navratri, and the most popular one being that it honors Devi as Durga, who is Mahishasuramardini, the slayer of the demon Mahishasura. So it is said that Durga fought Mahishasura for 9 days, and on the 10th day, she was able to destroy Mahishasura, and therefore the 10th day is celebrated as Vijaya Dasami. Vijaya means victory, so she got victory over evil, and or it is also called as Dashara. And Durga is worshipped in 9 different forms, one form for each day, and that is called as Navadurga. So Mahishasura was a demon, and Mahisha means buffalo. So this demon had done a severe penance towards Brahma, and he had obtained a boon from Brahma that no man or animal can kill him. So with that boon, as you all know, in those days in the battlefield, you can either find men or you can find animals like elephant and horses, etc. So with this boon, Mahishasura became invincible. So any battle he went into, he always won. And therefore, he had become very powerful. And as we all know, power corrupts. And therefore, Mahishasura became more and more corrupt. He became more arrogant. He became more greedy. And he wanted to consolidate the lordship over all the 3 worlds. And therefore, he set his sight for the Swargaloka, where the Devas reside. And Mahishasura had reasons to be vengeful of Indra, personal reasons. And then we all know always the Devas and Asuras don't get along. So Mahishasura went and attacked Devas. And even though the Devas are powerful, because of this boon from Brahma, even the Devas couldn't stand against Mahishasura. And therefore, he went ahead and won the Swargaloka as well. Now, these Devas were very scared. They had nowhere to go. And so they all went to Brahma and said, Brahma, please help us. Now, this Mahishasura has become a tyrant and he is torturing all of us. And Brahma knew exactly what boon he had given them. And therefore, Brahma said, let's all go to Shiva and Vishnu. Maybe they can help us out of this predicament. So they all went to Shiva and Vishnu and they told Shiva and Vishnu about what happened. And hearing all of this, Shiva and Vishnu became very angry. And out of them came a light. And it was Shiva's light as well as Vishnu's light. And then Brahma added his light to it. And then all the devas who were there, and there are several crores of them, they all also put their light in there. And slowly, this light started building and building, and it started becoming intense. And then it was almost like a peak of a mountain. So it started building, and that light crystallized in the form of a woman. And that woman is who we call as Durga. So Durga's face was out of the light from Shiva. Her feet was out of the light from Brahma. And her 18 hands were out of the light from Vishnu. And all the devas contributed to her body parts. They gave her beautiful clothes to wear. They gave her beautiful ornaments. And they also gave her weapons because she is born to kill Mahishasura. So Shiva gave his trident. Vishnu gave his chakra, the discus. Brahma gave his prayer beads, the japamala. Yama made a staff out of his staff and then he gave that to Durga. Like that, every single god gave all the different weapons. And now she is ready and they found a lion that would be her vehicle and she was ready for battle. And then she gathered an army and then she let out a loud roar. And that roar echoed in all the 3 worlds, and Mahishasura could hear. And being a smart warrior, he promptly recognized that as a war cry. And therefore, he immediately went about gathering all his army And then now there was a big fight between Durga and her army and Mahishasura and his army. And initially, Mahishasura did not take Durga very seriously because he did not think a woman had the ability to go conquer him. And therefore, he sent all his generals, Chikshushara or Chamara, they all came. But one by one, everybody was defeated by Mahishasura Mardini, the Durga Devi. And therefore, once now all his generals were defeated, Mahishasura came into the battlefield himself. And we said Mahisha means buffalo. So Mahishasura took the form of a buffalo, and he's a powerful warrior too. And so he kind of threatened Devi's forces. He took into the form of buffalo and he charged into the battlefield, and he was decimating Devi's forces. So it was becoming very fearsome. And so Devi decided to attack him herself. And as soon as Devi decided to attack him, Mahishasura was fighting as a buffalo, and Devi threw a noose around his neck and she captured him. But Mahishasura has more capabilities. He also has the ability to be form shifting. And therefore, immediately he converted himself into a lion. And therefore, he got out of the noose. And then she attacked the lion. He changed into an elephant. And when she attacked him as an elephant, he changed into a man. When she attacked him as a man, he again changed into a buffalo. And then finally, Devi had had enough. So she just flew upon him. She held her foot near his neck, and with the spear, she pierced into Mahishasura. At the same time, with the sword, she cut off his head. With that, Devi slayed Mahishasura, and all the devas were very happy about that, and they were able to return back. And thus, Devi established justice, put an end to tyranny, and she established justice for all the devas. So this is one of the legends around Navratri and why we celebrate the 9 nights. In Devi Mahatmyam or Durga Saptashati, it is said that Mahadevi manifested as Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, and Mahasaraswati. Mahakali represents Tamogunam. Tamogunam means anything negative or darkness or ignorance. And then Mahalakshmi means Rajogunam. Rajas means passion. It is dynamism, the one that creates movement. And then Mahasaraswati represents Sattvagunam, Satviham, which is calm mind where there is clarity. And it is also said that the first 3 days celebrate Mahakali, the next 3 days celebrate Mahalakshmi, and then the last 3 days celebrate Mahasaraswati. So that is also a belief in several parts of India. Another legend that is also said in Devi Bhagavatam is that when Rama lost Sita, Sita was abducted by Ravana, and Rama did not know who had taken her and what had happened of her. And then he had to slowly find out. And once he found that Sita was lost, he was completely depressed. He was sad, he was sorrowful, and he did not know what to do. And so he was lamenting. At that time, sage Narada came and he told Rama that, Rama, don't be so sorry, don't be so sad. You worship Devi for 9 nights, and Devi is someone who is capable of removing all the difficulties. She will fulfill the wishes of all her devotees. All you have to do is to worship her. And so he introduced Rama to this Navratri puja, and he asked him to chant the hymns, do the puja, etc. So Rama and Lakshmana promptly carried out everything that Narada had instructed them. And then as they did the puja, Devi appeared in front of them. She was seated on a line and she appeared on top of a mountain. And Devi appeared and then she said, don't worry, Rama, you will be able to conquer Ravana. So you will be able to establish that and you will win over Ravana. And with that, she blessed him and disappeared. And from there, Rama got the blessings of Devi, the energy from her. And then we all know that he went on to conquer Ravana. So that is another legend associated with Navratri. So there are several legends. Obviously, the central theme in all of them is that we celebrate Devi through this 9 nights. But why are we celebrating Devi? And even if we decide it's Devi we want to celebrate, why can't we do it at any time? Why should it be in a particular time of the year? And why does it have to be like 9 days? Why can't it be 5 or 15 or any number we pick? Or even if we decide it's 9 days, why does it have to be night? Why can't it be day? Why was this name Navratri and not Navdin? So, what is the significance behind all of this? So, let's look at each of those. All of us know night is the time when everything grows. So, the body, when we are in deep sleep, will repair, recharge, and growth happens at night. And we all say when babies sleep at night, they grow. And this is why rest and sleep is very important. Be it babies or adults, we all need that because it's very important time for our body. And if you look at the number nine is 9 months is how long a baby stays in a mother's womb. So when the baby is born from the mother's womb, we call it a newborn. Why do we call it newborn? Because every single life that's born into this universe is unique. There is no other like it. That is a unique thing. So, new is a new life, a fresh life that's born into this world. So, 9 has a significance because it's the number of months the baby is in the mother's womb. So, then why Devi? Why couldn't it have been Shiva or other gods? So, Devi in our mythology represents energy. All of us have energy and all of us can relate to that energy. So, if you think about it, physical energy, right? So, everyday actions for us to go about, we need that energy. And if you think about it, in a particular day, if we are very exhausted, we have done a lot of things, what will we say? I have no energy, right? And then the rest, when we rest, that energy will recharge. Then there is mental energy, right? Different emotions make us feel. So when we are very happy, we feel very energetic. When something is not going according to what we want, then we feel sad or we feel stressed, we feel angry. And those also have different energies associated with it. And then there is, if we listen to great music, a dance number, then we feel like tapping, we are energetic. And then if we are listening to something that's melancholy, then it is sad, right? So our emotions also have a certain energy with them. And then at last, there is an energy we all emit into this universe. And if you look at it, if you meet a person for the first time, you might realize this much better than regularly being with them. When a person enters the room, the energy of the room will change. Or you will notice that with certain people, you can feel the relaxed and comfort feeling, and you can be yourself with them. And then there are certain people who can leave you very energized and you're motivated. Think about like going to a concert where that single person who's singing, their energy is translating into so many thousands of people who are there. So, energy is something all of us have. That energy is present within all of us. And energy is something that all of us can relate to. So, Navratri, this 9 nights, is the time for us to turn our focus inward, inspect what energy we have collected, and how we are, where we are focusing on our energy, and overcome any negativity, any preconceptions that we may have that influences how we live and how we show up for others, connect with our inner consciousness and raise our energy levels. And this is why they ask us to do fasting, they ask us to keep silent, they ask us to focus on the God. What does that all help towards? Fasting will purify our body, cleanses our body. Silence will refine our speech. And then, as we listen to all these devotional songs, the chants, etc., then it cleanses our mind. Our emotions become better. And then, as we focus more and more on God, our intellect gets cleansed. So, what happens is the result of all of this is that we are undergoing a thorough cleansing. And the result is that we are an improved version of ourselves. And what does that mean? That when we've gone through this cleansing, we can be clear about the purpose in our life. We can be clear about where our priorities are. We can be clear about what preconceptions and perceptions we carry. So essentially, Navratri is nothing but a review and renew, or simply put, refresh. And if any of you are familiar with technology, you can relate to this. Refresh means keep the things that are relevant and change the things that need to be changed. And this is the time of the year where we go through this process for ourselves. So then, why this time of a year? Is it enough if we do it only once a year? Actually, there are 4 Navratris in a year. The Sharada Navratri, that is celebrated in the fall season, is the most popular. But the seasonal changes actually influence our energy levels. And if you want to think about it, when in spring all the flowers are blooming, do you not feel that joy? There is joy in our hearts, right? The summer months making us feel brisk and wanting to go explore things. Sometimes when it's raining and it's all cloudy, it wants us to, just sleep and cover into our comforter and just be there. Or sometimes a cloudy day can make you also feel dull. So the seasonal changes do affect our energy levels, and therefore our ancestors have told us every now and then, every time the season changes, then go inspect and review and renew and refresh. And therefore, the outcome of all of this introspection is that we can be intentional about life. And when we are intentional about life, then we have perpetual happiness. So the 4 Navratris are Sharada Navratri, which is celebrated during the fall season. There is also Vasanta Navratri, which is celebrated during the spring season. And then there is a Magar Navratri that's celebrated during winter, and Ashada Navratri that's celebrated during summer. So if you compare this with Indian seasons, then it's post monsoon, pre monsoon, winter, and monsoon is when it's celebrated. Of course, Navratri is a very popular festival and it's celebrated all across India. So in New Delhi, they burn effigies of Ravana on Dashra. And in Tamil Nadu, it is celebrated as a Gulu, which is a display of dolls and figurines from all the Hindu legends. Actually, it is symbolic of the fact that all the gods gave their essence to Durga. The light from them went to Durga, and therefore they are all standing like dolls. And that's what the Gulu signifies. And it also means that Devi is the essence of everything in this universe. And she is the one who manifests into everything in the universe, which is nothing but the principle of Advaita. And in Andhra Pradesh, they celebrate Goddess Durga with the Batukamma Panduga. There are beautiful floral arrangements. There are 7 layers, and that's how they celebrate. Karnataka has the Mysore Dasra festival, and here the royal palace is decorated beautifully, and goddess Chamundeswari is taken on a procession on top of an elephant. Gujarat celebrates it with the traditional Garba dance. You can see women dressed up very beautifully and dancing to some really nice tunes and beautiful movements. And actually, a clay pot called Garba symbolizes the womb, which is the source of creation. And we said so much things. And last but not least, it's West Bengal. West Bengal celebrates it as Durga Puja. A visit to Kolkata during Durga Puja should be on everybody's bucket list. So Durga Puja is celebrated with pomp and enthusiasm in West Bengal. And women wear their traditional white sari with the red border, and they smear each other with the kumkum or vermilion, which is called as sindur kela. Whether a person is spiritual, religious, social, or simply looking for good food and fun, Navratri has something to offer for every single one. So I wish you all a very happy Navratri. May Devi's blessings be upon all of us. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu.